Surrender now, terrorist. Give us access to your resource right now. From the Earth Organization General. Planet B Terraform, we continue with the version 1 Let's Play. We've already done a lot, including a lot of new content with this version 1, so don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see the full playlist. But yeah, in particular, I have reached basically 100,000 of population, and that triggered this new one. Earth keeps sending us threats, but they have major issues on their own. The global warming is catching up with them. The Antarctic polar shelf has slid towards the ocean, causing sea levels to rise dozens of meters. Entire regions are submerged, and we can see massive population movements. I know you are busy with geopolitical problems, but we need to keep our city fed. Once we have enough oxygen in the atmosphere, we can grow outdoor farms. So here it is. We have now unlocked, level 21. I have done in between the end of the last episode, we ended over here with the Botanical Research Center, so I'll show it to you in a second. I then reached 100,000 of population. We had the dynamites that enables you to make few things explode, and now we just got a whole new things because we got access to the farm where we can actually create new type of food into those silos. We can even process this food into something different, basically into quality food, and that's gonna be needed. And basically we're gonna be able to also make more field seed if we want to. And yeah, then you have level 22 with a few more plants, and that will get us pretty close to the end of the game, to be honest. So let me show you first. I was restarting on New Paris over here, but even New Yangon, look at this, we're talking about 90,000 people. I think it's when we reach 100,000 that we need the better type of food. But for now, this is working pretty well. We have this new building over here, the Botanical Research Center. Remember, this is one of those construction. You decide the one you want. And then it will require 200 reinforced concrete and 200 high-tech parts. So I basically delivered these with the train, then I deleted it. And now with that, we're creating a lot of various seeds, which we're sending just here to make a lot of food, right? And as I said, I've started to now help also New Paris. We have a train that takes this food over here. We're also a train that takes over here this reinforced concrete, and we're sending all of these all the way there. So now New Paris will soon reach, I think, the next stage where we're probably gonna need to rework it a bit, right? All of this is pretty old. We have a lot of old productions, but on this side here, this is really working well. I think it's continuing to grow, no problem. Also continuing to reduce the oxygen needs more and more, thanks to our oxygen level that is increasing. I think if we wanted to continue increasing though, we probably need a bit more trees. So I'm thinking maybe we add some trees on this side. Let's go. I'm gonna do this like that. As long as it looks green, it's fine. That means it's gonna survive and grow, no problem. And then let's put some other trees maybe over here. Actually, this was not so good over here, but there it's looking fine. Where else? This is already growing nicely. There's not that many spaces where we can still plant a lot more trees. Maybe over here I can place a bit. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'll see you in a minute. No, actually, sorry. We should actually try to start making some of these buildings, and then once I have some of these, I'll show it to you. Surrender! Last warning, or we'll start to bomb out your cities. Oh my god, that is definitely new. Earth has issued us with an ultimatum, but we are pretty sure they will not act. Still, we have developed a protection shield that should make us safe. So with that, this is level 23, where we're gonna need to reach 1 million of population. We got access to the farm where we can harvest, let's say, wheat, and with that wheat we can make quality food, and this is what's needed for the big cities. So I've been starting to build this. We then unlocked a couple more plants, you know, cactus, tropical forest and palm trees. To be honest, I haven't made any of these, but you're gonna see that my city definitely has a lot more, or my planet definitely has a lot more than before. And now we just unlocked the superconductor robotic energy research center, with I guess will need to be placed on one of our cities, so probably the third and last one, to make a defensive shield. First, let's do a quick review of the planet. Let's start on this map. So you can see on this map that we have forests now pretty much everywhere, right? There is a lot of forest, so our oxygen level is definitely higher. We still have the same amount of ocean because I'm stuck at two, not stuck, I've stopped giving you know, new gas into the atmosphere, so we are staying at 2 degrees. This is what you can see here. We have New Yangon and New Paris. These are my 2 cities that are currently growing. You see in green, that means they're growing. These are the 2 I'm focusing on. I am bringing quite a lot of resource. You know, you can see we're taking resource all the way from here, all the way from there. All of this is being brought into my production center there. Even resources here, there. This is all going there into the production center, and then we're basically sending to the 2 cities. So I'm not gonna show you in details all of these, but let's take a quick look. You know, many of these look like this. Basically, we have also some nitrogen over here, right? And as I said, all of this goes into here. This is pretty similar to what we had before, but just bigger. I have my aluminium over here. I have the iron into steel bars over here. I added some more there. We're also making a couple of things here. I'm making trains in particular. Then we have the concrete, reinforced concrete. Here, these are the new buildings. So the farms, the food processors, and somewhere there's the silos too. So we're making that here. Then this is for my tempered steel that is then transformed into nano composites. I've actually doubled the production, you can see, right? And one trick I'm doing is I've basically, you know, done like this, like copy, but then I rotate it or flip it if you wish, so that both outputs are here. Then you can take 1 train, or to be precise 2 trains, because there's one that's going here and one that's going there, but you have only 1 train that's taking it all. So that was this one here. Then we have the high-tech parts. This is the basic one. This is the recycling ones. Then we have a lot of carbon to be used in here to make polymer bars. And then those polymer bars are sent back here, right, for all of these high-tech parts. Then we move into the agriculture. We had this one before, now we've added that, and at the bottom too. So what am I doing at the bottom? Well, at the bottom, we're transforming the various seeds, which I feel like actually we may need a bit more of these. Where is the one that's coming from there? That's the one I'm interested in right now. Where are the seeds? That's the carbon. No, the seeds are here, sorry, my bad. So the seeds are here. Oh, so the production of... Why is this saying full when this looks empty? But anyway, we're taking all of those seeds and we're transforming them into various field seeds. So this is what we need for our farms. So this is what's happening there. Then we have over here, as I said, this is the old production of food. Then we have the new production of food that's going to take the harvest from the field and take some food from here and from there into making, right, the quality food. This one at the bottom is the recycling one. It's basically taking care of the compost that we're creating over here. Actually, oh, this is getting full. Okay, so let me see if we have a problem, because I see a lot. I mean, this is empty, but we may need to make a new one, basically, of recycling, is what I'm saying. Okay, But yeah, this is basically the recycling one, and this is a normal one. We deliver the recycling one over here that is prioritized, and then we have the non-prioritized one that goes over here. I do see we're also low on, it says we're low on composite, but composite is full. So is it just that we need more of these? Let me see. Because they're here, right? Like, I don't know. Or maybe we need a bit more of these guys. Okay, now we're fine. Anyway, so Dead City is definitely continuing to grow like crazy. And then last but not least, as I said, we have the farms. So you need to find quite a bit of space, but the good thing is it's actually pretty easy. What you're gonna need is a couple of these grain silos. This is what is both giving the seeds and taking the harvest resource. So the seeds, I'm bringing them there. I'm also actually making some seeds locally using the harvest. You can transform harvest back into seed. So I'm doing that too over here. But yeah, basically those silos, they just collect the resource and put them into a lot of those storages. And then we have all of the farms. The farm is a building of that size. It needs to be connected either to a silo or to another farm. So you can see here they're connected to another farm, so that's totally fine. Even all the way there, you know, there's no silo anywhere close, but because they're all connected to each other, it is fine, the production. Now, I think this is definitely enough. As you can see, we have totally enough. I think what is probably not enough, as we just saw, is more those productions over here. Because this is empty there, even if this is full. And here, this is a bit empty too. So let's increase these guys. Okay. But yeah, with that, as I said, it's been growing like crazy. Now, let's try to focus on the new mission, which is we need to have a defense shield, which will require superconductors. So first we need to get superconductors, and I think we don't have a choice. We need to get them into this city, basically. All right, for the energy center. So this is going to require high-tech parts. Good thing is we have some there and some reinforced concrete. I don't think we have reinforced concrete, but what do I have here? So this is high-tech part, okay. This is fine here. Oh, this one is basically empty. So that's why we are low on reinforced concrete. No, this was normal concrete. Here was the reinforced concrete. Okay, but what I can do is I can bring it back from here because I have tons of reinforced concrete there. So let me just build this, build the building, and I'll see you in a minute. So it is now, it's new Shonging that is growing. We've done a couple of things. I've brought some reinforced concrete, so we've been able to build this energy research center, and therefore this energy research center is now creating superconductors. With those superconductors, we're gonna combine them with those nano composites. So I'm also bringing that, and I think that's why New Paris and New Yangon are not growing anymore, because I'm guessing they don't have enough nano composite that I'm bringing so much over here. And then we have those two assemblies here that are gonna take both those supercomputers and some nano composites to create defense shield. I haven't created one yet because, you know, we're talking about 800 supercomputers, 50 nano composites, and 300 days. So it's basically working. It's gonna take a couple of days and I'll see you then. And it is a few minutes later, we have created 4 of those defense shields. So let's build a first one, maybe over here. See what happens. It is, we're creating a defense shield. It's being powered. But that's not enough, right? We're gonna need definitely also one on this side for the city. Let's see if that protects also most of my productions there, so that's great. And then definitely one on this city here. Okay, so it's not the whole continent. I could potentially add even more, but at least we are protected. We are protected, because if you don't do this, I guarantee you, you're gonna get attacked. So it is, ladies and gents, we went from a planet that had nothing to a planet that is definitely habitable. It's not perfect, but it's habitable. We have water, we have oxygen, we have some oceans and rivers, we have a lot of trees and grass. Actually, on the oxygen side, by the way, we reached the top. Like we are now at a place where the cities don't need oxygen at all. You know, this, where is the oxygen? Where's my oxygen? Anyway, they don't need oxygen at all anymore. I can show you on this one. I remember I deleted it. Yes, minus 100% for the oxygen. It's not needed anymore at all. So yeah, we have animals and all of this. The thing though with this game is, remember, all of these resource deposits, there are still quite a few obviously on this side of the globe. We haven't really touched it. You can see quite a few there, right? But they are limited. So at some point the game will basically end, regardless of if you want it or not. But if that's a problem for you, remember you have the creative mode option. You can move to that if you want to. But it is Plan B Terraform version 1, a really great game. It doesn't take, you know, 200 hours or 2000 hours like Anno to finish one game, but I had a great time. I hope you had too. Do tell me in the comments below if you have any questions for the request, and I hope to see you next time.